14, I guess it's still something. This will still do. Oh my god, 2.1 million. And you can get up to 20. You could, oh my god. If that was the performance with her not being that lucky, then I can't imagine for the one guy that gets the 20 stacks, what would happen then? Hello internet, we are finally here. Version 4 content coming at you live now, or rather coming at you as a video, I guess. We got Yao Guang, we got Sparxie, a cutie patootie, and I won't waste any time. There's a lot that we are gonna like go through, man. We're gonna start with Yao Guang first. Let's just check out all the text. Now before we start, all these content are from the creator experience server as usual. And yeah, I will say this, these are a lot of text. You can pause them if you want to read them. Here's the Lightcone as well. These Lightcones are new for sure, of a entirely new path and stuff, right? So they are gonna be very much newer. We will break everything down once we get in game and stuff, but if you just want the info though, I feel free to pause them and then you can check it out. But yeah, that's the setup for Yao Guang. And to check out her stat line, it's nothing too like out of the ordinary. This is like a support character. They could have stats like these. Obviously this is really speedy. The speed mainly came from the boost from the Lightcone as well, and on top of that, Yao Guang has something to do with speed for sure, with amazing grades right here. For every speed exceeding 120 up to 200 as the limit, you can turn it into a 1% elation boost. Now what does elation mean? This is actually a whole new stat line where if you click here, you can see there's an elation stat right there. What this does is the more elation you have, the more the multiplier of elation damage dealt. Basically, the more of this you have, the more elation damage you do. So you want as much of that as you can. And that's all for Yao Guang. Let's check out Sparxie now. There's a lot of text as well. Again, do pause if you want to take a read. There's a lot we gotta cover, including even the newly buffed up Sparkle. But I'll be trying my best to like break everything down in a way where you could best like understand things. And yeah, here's the new relic set alongside all the main stats as well. You're gonna notice a lot of them has attack main stat, and yeah, here's the Eidolons as well. And to come back onto the stats, we do have quite high attack and pretty much high damage dealer stats all around, and no speed. I'm gonna push her with Sparkle, so this speed's not that crazily important. And with her talent here, sweet punchline signing, you can get up to 80% elation boost based on the amount of attack you have. You want a maximum of like 3.6 here, or rather a minimum of that, and then you can get 80%. You should easily be able to get that with the help of Lushaka, with the help of like various characters kit that gets you attack. So not that hard to achieve, I would say, but it's definitely important for you to get the crit rate and crit damage though. And finally, we have a post buff Sparkle. I will break down the bulk of what she does later. Here's all of the text of post buff Sparkle. You know, we gotta like understand a little bit if you want to like pause them, but if not, I shall be just diving right in to MOC, and then we can understand more about this new team, the best elation team. And if you're just here for like a TLDR, this team is insanely strong, at least right now. It looks ridiculous. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. First of all, Yao Guang's technique starts us off with the zone. This is very direct, nothing too crazy. I'll actually say Sparkle's newly buffed up technique actually helps her gain energy. Not too important as usual, but you know what? Before we touch anyone, let's just marvel at all the things that we see here. First of all, we see the aha instant on the left side. If you click on it, you see this aha right there. And you also see all your character's elation skill that can be used whenever aha instant happens. You'll also find out there's a participant ID 116 there. The lower your participant ID, the earlier you're gonna actually use your skill during aha instant. So that's like a quirky way, I guess. They are participants of the aha instant. And moving on from that, we also see, look at our skill points. We have 4 total extra skill points. 2 of them is from Sparkle, and another 2 is from Sparxie's Lightcone. This is a really unique Lightcone because it actually increases the skill point upper limit by 1 based on the number of elation characters. So yeah, we have a total of 4 extra limit. That's insane. But yeah, I would break down each and every single intricacies, but if we do that, it will actually take forever. So let's actually just play the game and you'll see and get a gist of what it looks like. Here we got Yao Guang. We already did our zone, so now we really just got to use our ultimate. And yeah, the moment we do, you're going to be shown a lot of animation. First of all, she looks insane, they're graceful. And second of all, we do see Certified Banger here. So Certified Banger is like a unique buff effect that aha instant will provide to elation characters. And with Certified Banger, the more stacks you have with this, the higher their damage dealt, the higher their numbers. And also it allows them to use their talents here, where it says when Yao Guang holds Certified Banger. So you do need this, right? And most of the time you're going to have this. So let's just check out the damage output of elation damage, especially with a Q here. And yeah, it doesn't do anything yet, but Yao Guang's basic's not supposed to be like the hyper new skill, right? This is. Let's just go with the ultimate now. So with Yao Guang's ultimate, if you watched my previous video, you're gonna activate an extra AHA instant right away. And now you're gonna use all of the elation skill. The first one to 200k and gain me a skill point, and the second one from Sparxie that just does a bunch of damage. That is what are the numbers that we can expect so far from these characters with like a bunch of animations. It's just gonna be a lot of animations that happen quickly, dude. But with that one ultimate, we did activate AHA instant, gaining punchlines, and at the same time we actually don't consume the punchline stacks. Usually when AHA instant happens, it will consume them all, but in the case of when you activate it with the ult of Yao Guang, you won't spend any punchline away, which just means more damage to you. And now here we got the post buff Sparkle pushing Sparxie up. Right now I got 8 skill points, and you would think I'll never use my ultimate here, and no, with the post buff Sparkle we could, because with her ultimate now, it actually recovers 6 skill points, and any access one will be recorded up to 10. So we could just do this almost any time that we want. It's not have any like wastage, honestly. So now we've got Sparxie. As for elation skill, we get 2 thrill points, which is something similar to IL Dan Hang, because right now with 2 thrill points, we can actually use them as skill points, right? So I'm gonna use it once. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna spend any skill point. Actually, I'm spending the thrill points. And here we got the gacha system from Sparxie. Look at that. She just presses her face against us. So if you watched my previous video, you know what this is. If I click my E, I'm going to draw a gacha. If there's a rocket, I gain skill points. If there's not a rocket, I only gain 1 punch line. So what I'm looking for are rockets. Oh, there's the 1 rocket right there. I gain skill points and I gain extra punch line. So rocket again. Oh, dude, I can already tell this reminds me of Xingxue. Come on. Rocket. Oh my god. So yeah, technically we just do this forever if I keep getting rockets. So let's just start spamming now, and I'm pretty sure every time I spam means more damage for my basic. Dude, I'm not getting good luck. Okay, that's another rocket. Come on, one more, I'd be happy. The final one, gosh darn it. Rocket? Ah, dude. Okay, it's 16 usage, I think. And the way she works is after you use your skill, it enhances your basic. And this base is about to do some insane damage. Ladies and gentlemen, version 4. Elation Team Archetype. This is what you're gonna expect. It's first of all 1.5 million. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's all right. But then there's also 700k. And then there's also just a chill little, you know, yeah, 2.4 million and a lot of animations. So suddenly we're in the boss phase now, and we're supposed to choose someone to go into like a 1v1 mode. There's so much happening there. I'm overstimulated. We're gonna pick Sparxie in, obviously. So, it just triggers the comment again, kind of. That's kind of funny. All right, so now we got Sparxie. We gain a lot of skill points back because of Sparkle's recovery mechanic, where she saves access skill points. Now it recovers for me. Now I got 7 skill points. More than enough for me to gamble my life away. But before that, let's just do the ultimate from Sparxie, which is a pretty simple ultimate. You gain punch line and you also do damage. Not a lot of damage because her main source will be from the skill. And I'm gonna gamble away, baby. Of course we're gonna do it. This is probably the best kind of a character function here. Like this is her skill. She just straight up grabs our camera, our point of view, just grabs it and then be like, yeah, this is my live stream now. This is so creative now. All right, so let's start gambling it. I don't even think I have to gamble that much to kill these 3 bunnies, but I cannot stop myself once I start gambling. I will be gambling it all. Look at that. If I'm lucky, I actually gain more skill points than I'm spending, so I'm gonna keep on hoping for a luck like that. But yeah, it doesn't look, damn. Seriously? Okay, 1 more rocket. I think rockets. Oh, another rocket. How about 1 more? How about 1 more? 1 more. No. We did get 16. And as you can tell, luck does play a part here, because I got 16 with 9 skill points earlier. This time I got 16 with only 7 to start. So I got way more rockets this time. Let's check this damage out. After gambling, you're awarded 1.5 million damage, baby. And AHA instant is gonna happen out of nowhere and does 400k into 1.7 million, baby. That is a lot of damage, and it doesn't just happen in like one explosion. It happens so constantly, because AHA instant happen all the time, and the moment I get ult with Yao Guang, I get AHA instant again, and the moment I get a push with Sparkle into Sparxie, I just get to gamble again and dump like 200 million on them. Well, 2 million, not 200, but still, considering the amount of skill points I've spent, I have maximum skill point right now. I've spent total 0 every time. I don't know where it's from. All right, Sparxie, it's time to gamble again, dude. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it just keeps going. Never mind. I thought if I sounded excited, my luck would be better, but no, it doesn't matter. 14. I guess it's still something. This will still do. Oh my god. 2.1 million. And you can get up to 20. You could. Oh my god. If that was the performance with her not being that lucky, then I can't imagine for the one guy that gets the 20 stacks. What would happen then? All right, so we're back into this mode again. And guess what? We have like all these ults that we can use. So we're going to go use all of them, including Sparkle's ult. After the buff now, you don't really have to hold the ults anymore, or even her skill as well. Her entire quality of life got improved so much. It's like a whole new character now. So now we got Sparxie again. Let's start gambling. Oh yeah, I just gained the skill point. Oh my god, did I get an achievement of just being lucky or something? That was kind of hilarious. All right, let's just try and get something more than 14 this time, shall we? I got 13 fire. I think averagely you should be expecting 14, and 13 is when, you know, you kind of know you just shouldn't go out today. But if you could get a 20, you're a different creature, dude. You're a different beast. All right, so that was the ult there, and now this boss has this entire mode where you're supposed to upvote and downvote, like what am I fighting again? Is this the algorithm? But the way it works is, first of all, I have Yao Guang here. I'm out of my zone now. You gotta pay attention to this. Out of your zone, you gotta use your skill for the zone. So I'm gonna go and use that. Can I get my ultimate though? The moment I do, it's aha instant, baby. No. All right, so this is when pre-buff Sparkle would have just sucked. We have 0 skill points and we cannot do anything, right? But because it's post-buff Sparkle, you can actually gain a free skill usage right here. Artificial flower. The ally character consumes 3 or more skill points. Sparkle's next use of skill would not consume skill points. Anyone that consumes 3 or more skill points, you get a free Sparkle skill. So now she's becoming so much more like low cost, yeah? Okay, so what do I even, like, am I supposed to downvote? Of course I'm downvoting you, right? I downvoted her and she got a dis status. All right, so now we got Sparxie. This is the first time I've ever been in this situation where I finally ran out of skill points. I suppose in this scenario, you just don't gamble, right? Is what I would say if I wanted to disappoint you guys. You're here to see me suffer. I'm gonna gamble every time. 1 skill point could turn into 2. And 2 could turn into 3. Okay, never mind. All right, so with like 4 stacks, this will probably not do anything. 500k still, I mean, you can't really sleep on that. But yeah, the best way to play her is definitely to make sure she has enough skill points to go around. And here we got Yao Guang. Can we get the 0 cycle? I doubt it, because I guess this specific boss, you really got to get rid of the 2 kind of upvote, downvote thingies in order to do damage. But yeah, now we do have this aha instant though, which Sparxie going in, doing 1 million damage easily. And yeah, the boss got a status named Tilted. Oh my gosh. And yo, we just got another aha instant. This is basically what Yao Guang's good at. 1.7 million. There's so much happening. I cannot react. Another aha instant. How do I commentate? It's just wait, we won? Okay. We just did like about 4 million damage in that entire thing, and I couldn't get to click. Ladies and gentlemen, Elation team, baby. So to really break down what happened there, basically Yao Guang used her ult to get an extra aha instant. Aha instant procced a lot of things, did a lot of damage to Sparxie. It's one of their highest hitting move as well. It's just Elation skill. And once that extra aha instant ends, we have another aha instant, the initial one that's supposed to happen. So it just happened like almost both back to back, and that damage output was ridiculous because it happened back to back. And yeah, overall, this entire Elation playstyle is honestly not that complicated. You're just getting a lot of damage. You're really just getting a lot of buffs and damage. Combine that with the post-buff Sparkle being able to help you gain skill points so much more now. Like, she's now an actual person that I would think, wow, when I have her on my team, I gain so much more skill point economy that it feels so comfortable. And then you got Dan Heng here, which is he's just there. So yeah, final verdict on Yao Guang and Sparxie. I think Yao Guang is definitely one of the core mechanics for Elation team so far. But then I will say you never know what's gonna happen in the future, right? In my opinion though, it's crazy to expect them to like not complete a Yao Guang team. They're going to complete it. And what we've seen is just a fraction of what they could do. That performance was so good already, right? It looked really good at least. The damage up was insanely high and consistent at the same time with like not a lot of like thought behind what you gotta do. I kind of just spammed every skill I got to spend and I still pulled it off, which is why I do think Yao Guang is a valid pull. I would actually suggest going for Yao Guang, but then again, I already made a video about this. Do wait for the info on next characters, especially with like even Elation Trailblazer coming in. Maybe Elation Trailblazer could help you save some pulls if Trailblazer should be able to take the spot of Yao Guang, or maybe Sparxie, you never know. And as for Sparxie, same thing really. I think on paper, if you want to play Elation, Sparxie, well, is obviously the top dog right now. She's the only other Elation stream character. But wait for the new characters that comes with the next live stream, because both of these banners will be ending only at the end of this current version. So we should already know some news about the next live stream and next banners, and then you can decide whether or not to go for them depending on how good their values are. I do think, me personally, these two characters will dominate the start of the version, but not sure what happens in the middle of the version now. And I personally do think Yao Guang will just be that general staple buffer, staple elation support that should for a long time be very viable. So for people that can't really wait, I actually think Yao Guang is the best bang for a buck. So yeah, this is an incomplete elation team, and it looked insane to me. I don't know, it's only gonna get better, man. Let me know what you think, and I'll be covering way more content with all the new buffs and such, and the new teams as well. Do drop me a follow if you're all up for that, and that'll be all. Take care.